The Guardians of the Galaxy are a team that seems to be constantly rotating their roster. I mean, the original concept was that in the 31st century, an alien race known as the Badoon conquers Earth and its colonies. A small band of escapees unite into the Guardians to fight them off. Then they go around traveling the galaxy to deal with all these various threats. And then in the late 2000s, the title was revived by Marvel as a present-day band of fighters that joined together to face various problems. With a lot of the main Guardians being the most well-known, there are a ton in the reserve that are just a little bit stronger. What is going on, all you nerdy folk out there? My name is Jack and welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. Today I am super happy to say that we are talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy, or more specifically the strongest members of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now if you like hearing us talk about the Guardians, then why not check out some of our other videos we have on our channel, like Top 10 Newest Guardians of the Galaxy, or honestly, if you're feeling it, head back a little bit further and check out the top 10 alternate versions of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Alright, now with all that in mind, let's get into today's list, shall we? Number 10, Cosmo. Starting off our list today with the goodest of boys, Cosmo the dog. Cosmo was originally a test animal used by the Soviets during the space race between the Soviet Union and the United States in the 1960s. He was launched into orbit around Earth but drifted a bit off course and found himself in nowhere. And thanks to the exposure of cosmic rays, he developed telepathic and telekinetic powers. Although he doesn't look like much, you definitely shouldn't let your guard down around him, because with these powers he can create shields and deflect energy-based attacks, as well as project mind blast at enemies. He has straight up gone toe-to-toe with Warlock, so he's pretty tough. Cosmo doesn't become an official member of the Guardians of the Galaxy until after the team disbanded after they allied with Thanos, and many of them died. Just before Starlord died, he left Cosmos with a task to collect the greatest heroes in the universe to form a band of annihilators. The team Starlord believed was what the Guardians of the Galaxy should have been. Cosmo one by one convinced the Silver Surfer, Gladiator, Beta Ray Bill, Quasar, and Ronan the Accuser to team up and protect the universe together, as was Star-Lord's final wish. Give this good boy's story a read for yourself, starting with his first appearance in 2008's Nova Volume 4 number 8, or just feel free to skip ahead to his time as a Guardian in 2009's Guardians of the Galaxy number 12. Number 9. Moondragon. Heather Douglas, daughter of Drax the Destroyer, was found by Thanos' father, Mentor, who took her to his homeworld Titan to be raised by the Titanian Shaolin monks in their monastery. While there, Heather studied the Titan's way and disciplines to unlock her latent psychic potential and gained her mental and physical powers. However, she came under the influence of a powerful entity called the Dragon of the Moon, and she believed she had resisted it, which filled her with pride, and she took the name Moondragon as a result. Sadly, it also made Moondragon an incredibly arrogant lady who more than once has tried to quote-unquote fix things by controlling the minds of people. While she's not that bad now, Moondragon still has the ability to rub folks the wrong way. However, she still has a major telepathic power that can be quite valuable to any team. Not only that though, Heather is also a top-notch fighter who's trained with some of the best warriors in the entire galaxy. The fact that she can know how an opponent is going to act aids immensely in a fight. And then also for a time she had the ability to straight up just transform into an actual huge flying dragon, which is so sick, but she seems to have lost that ability somewhere down the road. Moondragon joined up with the team in Guardians of the Galaxy number 12 alongside Cosmo the Space Dog, but only after dying first. During the event of the Annihilation Conquest event, Moondragon is killed when Ultron shoves his arm just through her chest. In order to resurrect her, Phyla and Drax are killed by Mentor so they can travel to the realm of the dead and retrieve her. Phyla is able to save her just in time, and the three return to the land of the living. Moondragon then returns to Nowhere with Phyla and Drax, where she is accepted as a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Check out her story for yourself, starting with 1973's Iron Man number 54. Number 8. Drax. Now speaking of Drax, let's talk about him for a sec. Originally, Drax was a human named Arthur Douglas who was killed alongside his family by Thanos. His spirit was resurrected by Kronos into the body of Drax to become a being powerful enough to take out Thanos. In his new body, he was far superior to a human with the ability to fly, project energy blasts from his hands, he possesses enhanced strength, and could heal from pretty much any injury. That being said though, he has shifted many times character-wise over the years, going back and forth between smart and dumb, large and average, all until the Annihilation event, where he was portrayed as smaller but much more intelligent, and that's actually the version that we're all familiar with today. Although he's not as super strong as he once was, he still is powerful and can hold his own against multiple enemies. He still heals very quickly from injuries and has enhanced senses to the point where he was able to sniff out a Skrull imposter. He also now has the tendency to look before he leaps, and in a recent attempt at pacifism, dropped his entire standing as a warrior completely. However, Drax still has to count as a major member of the Guardians who, if pressed to it, will remind people why he's called DRAX the Destroyer. Check out his entire story for yourself because it is a great one, starting with 1973's Iron Man number 55. Number 7. The Thing. Although Ben Grimm, aka The Thing, is normally associated with the Fantastic Four, he did spend some time with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and for the sweetest and just most wholesome reason: to fulfill his lifelong dream of being an astronaut. Okay, fine, you caught me, that wasn't the entire reason. Ben did decide he needed a break from Earth during a period of time where Reed and Sue were lost in time, but I swear the other reason is part of it too. Now sadly, Ben's time with the Guardians wasn't too long, as during the second superhuman civil war, their ship was accidentally destroyed in a fight, stranding the Guardians on Earth, which kind of forced them to disband for a while. Now in terms of power, the Thing is one of the strongest characters in the Marvel Universe. He's faced off with the Hulk multiple times and survived, and even once beat him with the help of his friends, and has consistently clobbered the Fantastic Four's enemies time and time again. Aside from his strength and durability though, Grimm is an expert pilot and military tactician, which really sets him apart from many other members on this team. That being said though, there are other members of the team who outclass Ben in many other ways, which is why he's not higher on this list today. Check him out for yourself, starting with his first appearance in 1961's Fantastic Four, or just skip ahead to 2015's Guardians of the Galaxy number 1 to see him in action in space. Number 6. Agent Venom. Oh yeah, you heard me right, Flash Thompson, the guy who treated Peter Parker terribly in high school, was at one time a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now obviously he wasn't just a regular old human being sent up into space. By this time he had been bonded to the Venom symbiote for quite some time and was known as Agent Venom, so he was actually a somewhat useful and valuable member of the team. He was placed onto the team by the Avengers to work as an agent between Earth and the rest of the cosmos, and although he was amazed by the vastness of space, he actually managed to handle this role quite well. Flash was so useful on the team because the Venom symbiote has the ability to retain superpowers of anyone it's bonded with, so it already had a ridiculous amount of powers by the time Flash was bonded with it, and went into space. In addition to many of the powers possessed by Spider-Man, it also gave Flash the ability to produce toxins, camouflage, form 2 legs to replace Flash's amputated ones, create weapons out of itself, and just so much more. Through their adventures, the true origin of the symbiote was revealed, and once it was finally healed, Flash became able to tap into its full potential. Check out Flash Thompson as Agent Venom for yourself, starting with Flash's first appearance in 1962's Amazing Fantasy number 15, or skip ahead to 2014's Guardians of the Galaxy Free Comic Book Day. Number 5. GROOT. Now, I'll start off this one with something that I didn't know was a thing. GROOT actually has a very complicated history in Marvel Comics, as he was originally a villain who came to Earth with the intent of capturing humans to experiment on them. It wasn't until the 2006 crossover event Annihilation Conquest where he was given a redesign into the more heroic character that we all know and love today. And then it would take another 2 years before he would join the Guardians of the Galaxy in 2008's Guardians of the Galaxy number 1. Now, for the most part, GROOT has been portrayed as comic relief, especially in recent years. But in a fight, trust me, he is a serious threat. GROOT has a number of superhuman qualities that make him a vital member of the team. I mean, as a living tree, he can manipulate plant life and has the ability to grow his limbs to suit his needs. His ability to do this increases his mass whenever necessary, which also increases his durability in the process. This also allows for rapid healing / regrowth whenever he's damaged or honestly feels necessary to separate parts of himself to accomplish a task. It's often hinted that GROOT holds himself back a lot and hasn't shown his full abilities at all. A great example of that being in Secret Wars when, as a toothpick, he merges into the World Tree to become a massive figure that stops Dr. Doom. Check out Groot's story for yourself, starting with his very first appearance as King Groot in 1960's Tales of Astonish number 13, or skip ahead to Annihilation Conquest Starlord number 1. Number 4. Starhawk. Stakar of the House of Ogard, aka Starhawk, was a human who was raised as an Arcturan who was cursed to re-inhabit his infant body and relive his life over and over and over again. When he did this, he would be reborn with his past knowledge intact, which led to him referring to himself as one who knows, though much of his past memories would manifest in a more precognitive sense rather than just full-blown memories. His powers aren't really fully known, but he is believed to be pretty much immortal, or at least able to live for an unknown period of time. He can also manipulate light into solid forms, fly at light speeds, survive in the vacuum of space, and possesses superhuman strength and durability, and has more knowledge than any living being should have thanks to his undying curse. It's actually been indicated that the character is much stronger than he lets on, as he took on the cosmic-powered Korvac in battle and lived to tell the tale. After his undying curse was finally lifted, this mysterious figure was responsible for forming the first Guardians team and kept the cosmos safe for honestly quite some time. Give his story a read for yourself, starting with his introduction in 1975 Defenders number 27. Number 3. Adam Warlock. With his first appearance going back as far as 1967 with the publication of Fantastic Four number 66, Adam Warlock has quite the extensive history when it comes to Marvel. Since its introduction, Adam has played a pivotal role in many of Marvel's biggest storylines and events, and he has been a member of the Infinity Watch and even possessed the Infinity Gauntlet for a time. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We are talking about him and the Guardians of the Galaxy. But before we do that, let's talk powers. In terms of powers, Adam Warlock is very high on the cosmic scale. He has a standard set of superhuman qualities including strength, stamina, speed, agility, and durability. And then additionally he has energy manipulation and absorption powers, is an expert in the use of magic, and can manipulate matter. He joined the Guardians for a while in Guardians of the Galaxy #1 in 2008 alongside Starlord and the other members of the modern team. As of Cosmic being of immense power, he's easily one of the most powerful members of the Guardians of the Galaxy to date. Now if you're not familiar with him, check him out in his very first appearance in Fantastic Four #66 as him, or skip ahead to 1972's Marvel premiere #1 to get just a little bit more of a backstory on him. Number 2, Angela. Interestingly enough, this character didn't start off as a Marvel character. Angela was originally created by Neil Gaiman and Todd McFarlane for Spawn, having first appeared in Spawn #9 in 1993. She was first picked up by Marvel Comics for an introduction into the Marvel Universe in 2013's Age of Ultron crossover story, and was developed further in the original Sin storyline that took place in the following year. Her backstory was revamped to make her the long-lost daughter of Odin and Freya, making her Thor's older sister. Joining the Guardians of the Galaxy's roster in 2014's Guardians of the Galaxy #9, Angela proved time and time again that she truly was Thor's sister, as she is definitely comparable in terms of power. Angela has both the powers inherent to an Asgardian as well as those possessed by an angel of the 10th realm. These traits make her immortal, give her the ability to fly, and afford her superhuman strength, agility, stamina, speed, reflexes, and endurance. She is also a master of hand-to-hand combat and melee weapon combat, and has demonstrated these abilities in conflict against the likes of Spawn, Thor, and honestly so much more. That being said though, she does have just a little bit of an ego, and that can and has been her downfall just a few times. But all things considered, having a warrior as strong as Thor with a much darker edge on your team is a pretty huge asset. Check her out in her first appearance in the Marvel Universe in 2013's Age of Ultron, #10. Number 1, Captain Marvel. Now I'm sure we all know who Carol Danvers is, especially in recent years since she has not only appeared in the MCU and the Avengers franchise, but also got her own solo movie. She first appeared in Marvel Superheroes #13 in 1968, and from that first appearance she has evolved into a number of different character identities, including Ms. Marvel, Binary, Warbird, and Captain Marvel, which is the name she goes by now. If you're not familiar with her powers, let me give you a bit of a rundown. Now like most superheroes, she possesses super strength, stamina, agility, durability, and can fly. But that's not all, because she also possesses vast cosmic awareness, has a slight regenerative healing factor, and can manipulate energy to do pretty much anything she puts her mind to. What's even crazier is that like many of the other characters on this list today, it's also said that she has not shown the full potential of her powers either, meaning she can only get stronger from here, which I can't even fathom. She joined up with the Guardians of the Galaxy alongside Agent Venom in 2014's Guardians of the Galaxy Free Comic Book Day, and although her time with them was pretty short, she was a huge asset for the team. Now it was so short because she is a military gal, so she's sometimes classed with her laid-back attitude, and also because as a woman who's used to being the leader, she didn't really like playing second fiddle to Starlord. Nowadays, Carol sticks to hanging around Earth, but her tenure on the team gave the Guardians some serious firepower, to say the least. Check her out in her first appearance in 1968's Marvel Superheroes #13. Alright, that'll be it for this video everyone. The Guardians of the Galaxy have a pretty impressive roster, so let me know your favorite member in the comments below. And honestly, who knows, maybe they'll pop up on a future list, possibly even a part 2 of this one. Now if you haven't already, subscribe to Top 10 Nerd to stay up to date on all things nerdy, and while you're at it, why not ring that notification bell so you know whenever we upload a video. As always, my name is Jack, thank you all so much for watching, and make sure to stay nerdy my friends.